Hello, my name is Krista Mayon, independent designer with Couture. Today we are actually going to be doing a t-shirt. Well, it's actually a 3/4 length, like ball shirt. It is more patriotic. It has some stripes and some stars. So I went ahead and did picked out the star cutout patterns. This is pausing August 1st or while supplies last, and it's called the star cutout patterns. So I went ahead and picked this. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna lay it out, but I'm hoping that I can do something cool with it. I'm using the white ink. I thought about putting silver in on the mix. Maybe do some gray. I'm not sure. I changed my mind a lot, guys. So I kind of don't want to do red on the black. So I think I'm going to keep it white and maybe silver. So we will see what happens. So I think I'm going to do stars and stripes, and I'm going to do opposite of the sleeve. So I'm going to put that in the middle and then do the stars and stripes. So this is what I picked out. We are going to put the shirt on, the ink mat inside the shirt. So I'm going to just go ahead and take this off. And this is sticky, and this is going to help us prevent the ink to go through the shirt, because ink is permanent and I don't want it to get on the back side. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here, and it will stretch the shirt out, but that's totally okay. It'll go back. I've also cut this ink mat before. I have two different ones that I've cut it to make it you know, a little bit smaller when I do onesies and I do bibs and hand towels and stuff like that. So I'm just going to use this one as a full, though. I like to be able to see the tag as well, so I can line it up. And this helps keep also the fabric in place, okay, when you're actually inking it, okay? So that's another good part about the ink mat, okay? And we just want to make sure we get it straight and make sure that everything is lined up. So I'm going to make sure I have it in the center here. I love how it's sticky and it keeps everything down. Okay, so you just want to smooth your fabric out. I love ink and I love making t-shirts, guys. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay, we're not going to really go down that far, so I'm not really worried if there's wrinkles further down. Okay. So I like it to be able to see the tag, so I know when I'm in the center of the shirt as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the stripes up here. So you don't have to fuzz your transfer when you are doing fabric, okay? Because it's kind of already fuzzing it for us. I'm going to use the white ink. I know it's ink and it's permanent, okay? To heat set, guys, I always let my stuff dry 24 hours. And then I'll take out the ink mat, and then I'll put Teflon paper on top. It is a reusable paper. You can use parchment paper as well. Let me see if I can get that on mine. Oh, here's a little piece that I use for bibs. But so this is the Teflon paper that I use. You'll put it on top of the design, and I'll use my heat press at 350 for 30 seconds, and then it's permanent and it can be washed. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to dip our squeegee in, and we're just going to go ahead and start inking. I always put it on nice and thick. I try not to go over it too many times. Sometimes on black with white, you're going to have to maybe get it on a little bit thick. But like I said, I love inking, and I love being able to wear what I make. And these come with multiple star patterns, and they are pausing on August 1st. They'll pause until next season when they come out, and then you can get them again. But the star cutouts, the wooden star cutouts, guys, are sticking around, because guess what? There's a Christmas transfer for them stars. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be July 6th is the release. Pretty exciting things, right? I'm gonna put it on nice and thick since we're working on black, and this is white. And then when you go over it, I'm not pushing very very hard. I'm just going over to make sure the lines are out. And we're going to peel this nice and slow, okay, guys? So when we peel off the transfer, we don't want to pull up our fabric or our design. So we're going to go nice and slow. We're going to make sure it's not on our fingers, which I have some, so I'm going to wipe them off. Because it is permanent and it is ink, okay? So we want to peel it nice and slow and make sure we got everything. Which looks good so far. Oh, love it. Okay, I'm putting this in the water bath next to me. I use my hands to get the excess ink off. And then I use like a little pedicure brush. And I only use the brush on the front side, not the sticky side, okay? And it just helps get in the silkscreen area and helps get the ink or paste, whatever you're using, out of the silkscreen. Okay? So we're just going to wipe that down, and always on the dry sticky side up because our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times. So they're definitely dry, and then put them on the transfer backing. Okay, get my hands dry here. We will have to heat that up so we can put the next thing on it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to put the stars on next. So I'm gonna just lay that out. And all the transfers are marked back and front. I have used them several times. So I'm just gonna set this like kind of on here and see where I want my stars, okay? So I'm gonna put this on top afterwards. I think that looks good. So let's pull this up. Let's move this before I make a mess, right? And this is gonna go right on top. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Peel this one. I like it with the offset of the sleeve. It's so fun. Okay, so we're just gonna push that down. And we have used these transfers before, so, you know, you can see they've gotten their use out of them. I think I've made, I don't know, 8 sets of stars, I wanna say. I did 5, and then a make and take, maybe 7. So this is probably the 8th or 9th time using them. So they do last for sure. All right, so I'm just gonna get my ink going here. Like I said, nice and thick, top to bottom. Of course, I got it on my hand. Oh, I love it. Just make sure I don't touch anything, right? And you go over it, just thin the lines out, but don't have to push very hard. Just lightly get the lines out so it's not raised up. And we want to peel nice and slow. I'm going to wipe my hands because it's on my hands. I just keep like a little cloth next to me and a towel. Make sure I don't have it on my hands. If you use ink on metal or porcelain, ceramic, you have a little bit of time before it dries, and you can, if you have like a little boo-boo, you can clean it up. But on fabric, if you have a little boo-boo, it's pretty hard. You can cover it up with a different design if you want, but oh, I love it, guys. Look at that. How cute. Okay, we're gonna clean this one off. I feel like you get the most usage out of your transfers when you clean them off right away and don't let them soak in the water. That's what I always do, and I have really good luck with mine, so I just continue to do that. And when they're done drying, you just put them on the backer sheet that we peeled them off of, and you store them in the packaging. All right, sticky side up to dry. Like I said, I've used these several times. So, all right, we're gonna use the heat tool, the quick dry tool, to heat it up, so we can put our next layer on top. Okay. So this is a quick dry tool. It's only going to overlap a tad bit. Trying to think if I want to use silver or stay with the white. I don't think it's going to touch. It might just fit perfectly. So, we'll see. I think the transfer is only going to hit a little spot right here. I love the quick dry tool. It's not available by itself, but it is available in the Chalk Made kit. So I will put that in the comments. When you heat set, just make sure you guys take out the ink mat, okay? This will melt if you leave it in. I've done it before, so... So let's see if it overlaps a lot or just a little bit. It's going to overlap a tad bit. So we can probably do a different color, right? I like it straight, so I'll make sure I'm in the center here. Yeah, it's going to overlap a tad bit. I think we should use silver, personally. So let's try it, right? Put our squeegee in the bath of water. All the squeegees and stir sticks, guys, are reusable. So that's awesome, right? You just put them in the water and clean them up. So let's use silver. This is going to be really pretty, guys. I'm hoping the silver shows up well on the black and over top the little white where we have it overlapping a tad bit. Just gonna stir it up. I love red, white, and blue, but I just don't think it will pop on the black very well. So that's why I decided to go with white and now silver. All right, nice and thick, and we will see what happens. Pretty excited about this, guys. I love the shimmers. Just kind of hold this down a little bit so it doesn't go haywire on me. I always say you should be able to read what you're actually inking or chalking. I'm going to put it a little bit thicker on the white part here. Make sure I have the whole thing covered. I'm just smoothing it out, barely putting pressure on it. I feel like the best look I have with ink is not to keep going over it, and you just put it on nice and thick. Just smoothing out the lines, okay? So make sure it's not on your hands. And we're gonna peel it up nice and slow. Oh, you can barely see it, guys. Guess I need to push a little harder, huh? Might not be able to do the silver on the black. We'll try it again and see. I didn't lift it all the way up, so see if I push a little bit harder. I don't want it to go everywhere on me, but I have to push it through with our fingers, huh? Kind of look neat. I didn't want to push too hard, but I guess I'm gonna have to, huh? You can always pick up the transfer and put it back down, but I'm just trying not to have to do that. See if that helped a little bit. Let me wipe my hands off. See if that helped at all. I'm still on my hands. Hold on. If you haven't followed me or watched a lot of my videos, I do get it all over most of the time. Let's see if that helped at all. Helped a little bit. I'm gonna use my fingers, guys. I feel like I could put more pressure on it. Maybe I'm just not pushing hard enough. Let's see what happens here. It is on black and it's silver, so let's see if that helped. It's kind of cool looking. I kind of like it. Can't really see it on the forever down here. Let me try again down here. I kind of like how it's not so bold. I think I'm gonna leave it, guys. I kind of like it. I kind of like it like that. If you weren't happy with it or wanted to put another color on top of it, you surely could, but I think I kind of like it just showing up a tad bit. It kind of looks cool, that effect on it, I guess. I'm going to wash our transfer. And I've used this one, guys, like several times, not only on my stars. I made a plate, I made a hanging on the wall, I put it on hand towels. So this one has really been getting its use. Advertised as 8 to 12 times. This one's probably been used, I'd say 16, 17 maybe. All right, guys, I like that. I really do. So that's Stars and Stripes Forever. Everything was part of the star cutout patterns. It is while supplies last right now. Or pausing on August 1st, okay? It's a seasonal, and they have to put things on pause till next season, so that is why that happens, and then next year it'll come out again off of pause, okay? So this is really cool. I love the look of it, and thank you so much for joining me, and this is our ink shirt. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.